The first course I ever launched did over $100,000 in sales, and I wanted to share with you in this video top 7 lessons that I've learned after launching that course that you can implement whether you sell courses, coaching, workshops, doesn't matter as long as it's online and digital. I think these lessons can help you scale what you have and make more money with it. So let's start with lesson number 1, start with demand. What a lot of people I feel like do wrong is that they try to create something and no one wants it, right? So back in the day, I want to share a really quick story about how this course came to be. It wasn't like, oh, let me launch something on my own. So I was affiliate marketer. I sold this high ticket program on Facebook and I was pretty successful with it. Nothing crazy, but I made like multiple 5 figures. I was making those high ticket sales, and this allowed me to leave my job. And a lot of affiliates out of that program started asking me like about content, about help, about all this kind of stuff. And the only thing I was selling at the time was that program. So I was like, I can't really sell you to help you because we have the same thing, but I'm getting results and they're not. And I was like, something's off here, right? Like they are making content, they are doing all the things that I'm doing, but they're not making money. So something is off. But back to the lesson, what I've noticed is that a lot of people from that program were asking me about help because I knew something and I was doing something that they didn't and they weren't, right? So this was like the first step. There needs to be a demand for whatever you want to sell, whether it's, again, coaching course, like it doesn't matter. I didn't know, yeah, I'm gonna launch a course that will do 100K. I was a beginner. This was back in 2020. And around summer, people started asking me, and other people also who were doing Facebook organic, I also saw that they're not really grasping some important stuff. So that was the first lesson. Like there were already people asking me about help, about some insights, and I knew just that there was something there. Now, the second lesson, looking back, was that you probably want to solve one problem for one type of person in one niche. And a lot of times, and I'll be honest, I'm the first one that makes this mistake over and over again. But I think one of the reasons my Meta Affiliate Revolution, which was the name of my course back in the day, had success was that I focused on that one avatar and that one big pressing problem that I've seen. In my avatar, in niche, it was like high ticket Facebook organic affiliates that were trying to sell via Facebook organic, obviously. So looking back again, because it was so specific and their problem was they weren't getting enough quality leads or leads at all out of their content, right? Like they were doing all the things they were being told, like ads, people post content every day, they were getting engagement, they were talking to people, they had mentor, they had high ticket products, like all the things that other people told them to do, yet they either weren't getting leads at all, or those were like poor quality leads, or the ones that did manage to make sales, it was pretty inconsistent. So I had a way back in the day I still had it, but it was creating content that attracts the right leads to me without me chasing them, pre-selling them, even selling them. I had people purchasing high-ticket products without ever talking to me. And other people were intrigued. So the problem I decided to tackle was that, like, how do you create high-quality content that attracts the right leads for you and allows you to make high-ticket sales? And I think if I tried to go broader, I probably wouldn't have any success. Because a lot of people like, yeah, but I can solve problem for this and this person and this person. And even if that was true, your message still, ideally, at least in the beginning, should talk to one person about one problem. Okay, so that's lesson number 2. Now, lesson number 3 is a bit counterintuitive. One of my favorite lessons is get paid before you create. And what this means is that a lot of, again, coaches, digital creators, course creators, they go ahead, they spend weeks, months, maybe some even years creating all this product out of their head. Like, I think this would look cool, this would sound cool, I want to do X, Y, and Z. And they put all this time and energy into creating it, only for it, when they try to finally sell it, for it to flop. I do things the other way around. I first sell the thing. Like, if no one wants to buy it, I'm not gonna create it, right? And I first try to sell the thing. I test the demand, and if people are buying it, obviously I'm gonna create it. Now, I'm not gonna dive too deep into this video about it, but I have an entire separate video that will be probably somewhere here and or in the description. You can check it out on how I get paid to create stuff. But that was the process. Like, I first sold out my coaching, my courses before I even created them, including this Meta Affiliate Revolution course. So what I concretely did is I opened beta spots. I offered exclusive discount. Like, currently the course is $1,197. I don't actively sell it. I have a new version out, but the Meta Affiliate Revolution one is like almost $1,200. But when I started selling it back in 2020 in December, I believe, like exactly 4 years ago, it used to cost $497 to grab the beta spot, right? So I sold out the beta spots, got customers, got money, and got more motivation to create a product. Which brings me to step number 4, which is get feedback and get testimonials. So obviously, I went behind the scenes, I outlined the thing, I recorded it, I gave it to clients. For those that have wins, it's really important. You want to capture testimonials, capture their wins. I took screenshots, they were sending me videos, etc. Actually, maybe I can even show you some. Again, I'm not even actively promoting this, so it's not like I'm selling you, but this was old sales page. Yeah, by the way, obviously badly done. Video is not here, but it was video here. You see, I took the screenshots with people sharing wins and stuff. And that's what you want to do. It will make selling later much easier. Now, what I also did is I gathered feedback. So the first time I did it, I recorded videos, all videos like this, like a talking head. There were no slides, no anything. And one of the feedback I was getting is that sometimes it's difficult for people just to follow the head video. So I re-recorded the entire thing and I redid it with sharing screen and slides, right? Sorry, not slides. It was Google Doc at first. But it was easier for people to follow along, right? So listen to the feedback, improve the product, gather testimonials. That is our step number 4. After you have good enough product that you know you can charge more, it's time for our launch. I do recommend, you don't need to do it. I've also created products where I didn't do big launch, but I made the most amount of money when I would do either big launches or big price increases. So what I did in March of 2021, I launched the course. I opened it in public and I doubled the price. So I told you I sold out beta spots at $297 and then I doubled the price and I was selling it at $597, right? And I remember, I think it was 8th or 9th of March, I did this big masterclass, which was kind of like a webinar. I was presenting, giving value, educating for about an hour something. And then in the last 20-30 minutes, I introduced Meta Affiliate Revolution to the public out of beta, opened it, launched it. And this was the first time I made $10,000 in a week, right? I think, yeah, exactly. In 7 days, sold out, I don't know how many spots that was, but basically made my first 10K week, which was a big win for me at the time. For little context, if you don't know me or follow me, I used to make $300 a month and I was literally working in Serbia on an assembly line, and making 10K in a week is like a 3-year salary of my job that I quit a year before that, right? So it was huge money for me. And most of it was profit because it was digital product, just a few affiliates at a time sold it, maybe a couple of sales, but let's say, I don't know, 8,000-9,000, probably more, were pure profit for me. And that's step number 5. So you want to do launch. I did this big promotion. I was doing interviews with other affiliates who I knew had my audience. I was getting them all to sign up to this masterclass, all people from my Facebook, all people from my email list, all people from my Facebook group, and push them all. I had, I don't know, maybe 200, I don't remember exactly, people who applied, about 50 people on the live, and again, closed about 10K after that. Obviously, I also leveraged those testimonials from people before to make more sale. Now, this brings us to not so sexy lesson number 6, get more feedback and improve the products. I was listening to people, I would be adding things, removing things. I remember, I think overall, I recorded this course like maybe 3 or even 4 times, some modules like probably 4 times, because I wasn't happy. Like, I found better way to explain things. I found new ways to explain things that previously I didn't know how to. And I was consistently iterating it, making it better, getting more testimonials, making it better. It's a cycle. Like, a lot of people, I feel like they record some course and they just put it out there and that's it. right? They forget about it. But if you want to make it like it was the core product that I was selling, so it was important to me, and I was consistently trying to make it better and better, and this is why it kept paying me for years and years to come. So don't forget to gather feedback, iterate, make your products, courses, workshops, whatever it is, better, and you will be better paid for your effort, obviously. Now, lesson number 7. Okay, now you did the big launch, maybe some price increase, whatever. What do you do then? What I did is I started creating lead magnets, funnels, events that were selling the course. Because if you don't have like consistent traffic flow, which on Facebook I didn't have, it's hard to evergreen sell it every day, every week, etc. So the way I sold it is I will do some sort of event or funnel or whatnot, and I will sell it that way. So I remember also May of 2021, I created this big funnel, and it was like lead magnet slash funnel that was at the end pitching my course, right? Which, by the way, I upped in price again, and it was $897. This was I think it was $897 for the longest probably. And I would educate people, give them value for a couple of hours. I created this big ass training that people really loved. They said they got more value from that training than some high ticket courses that they purchased. And I was really flattered. But point is, I was educating them and selling them. And that later allowed me to not just get more leads and more email opt-ins, but also to obviously make more money, because I would get people before, without even talking to me, that would go through that lead magnet, through that funnel, that would end up purchasing my $897 course. And I made a lot of money with that funnel. Then I would do events. Let's say 18th of May, for example, is my anniversary when I left my job. So I would do some event then, or I would do some summer sale, and I would always create this new, if you will, offer. I would bundle different bonuses. I would do special things for that team, and I would make it a thing for that week or that month or that date, or yeah, whatever it may be, like Black Friday. Like I had all sorts of events in different months, in different dates, and this allowed me to sell. Then I did one big price increase. I think it was June of 2020. It was like anniversary plus price increase. And I think we sold, I don't know, I know that month I did over 20 something thousand dollars, including that price increase in about 30 days, and got a lot of new customers, up the price to 1,197, where it remained for now. And basically later I've done, let's share some mistakes as well. I didn't mainly focus only on promoting that at first, yes, but later, being an entrepreneur, having my shiny objects, especially if it will slow down, okay, slower month, I wanted to make more money, so I would create another product or another course or another coaching or workshop or launch another thing. And I think this was one of the mistakes. I honestly, looking back, maybe I would double down on that course. But regardless of me doing all sorts of things, this course still was like one of the biggest revenue drivers for me. Again, did over $100,000. But if you want to sell your thing, sometimes, again, unless you have big traffic source that's evergreen, you probably want to try all sorts of events, new stuff, new packages to reintroduce it and sell it. Now I have a few bonus lessons for you. Number one, if you want to, you can have affiliates. I had affiliates, especially because it was course primarily for affiliates, and I allowed them to sell it at 50%. And a lot of them were motivated. They were using my funnels that I created for them. They would send traffic, they will get clients, I make money, they make money, and they help out with that 100K revenue. If I didn't have affiliates, I would have to do more work myself, right? So this was one of the things that helped. Even when I was focused on other stuff, my affiliates would be selling for me. And another, I guess, good thing about having affiliates was that a lot of them also, using my principles and my teachings, made a lot of money, get awesome results, and I could have used that to further sell the same course even more or other stuff, because it was proven that my methods kind of work. Now, another lesson, really important, you want to upsell those clients into ideally coaching plans. If you sell some course that's between, let's say, 100 to $1,000, some of these people will be interested to work closer with you. and I had many clients that would either buy some sort of upsells. I didn't have one specifically in the value ladder, which thinking and looking back, I think that's another mistake that I made. Maybe I should have exactly, okay, you got the course, you got some results, you love this, but if you want my help implementing it, here is the next step. I didn't have that, but I was still selling and cross-selling also all sorts of things. So I made my customers, instead of just making 900 or 1200 bucks per sale, a lot of those customers later purchase coaching, purchase other workshops, purchase other courses. So I ended up making, usually on average, I think multiple four figures. So not only I make 100K with a course, this also allowed me to make a lot of money from those customers. So don't forget to upsell, cross sell, or even downsell these customers. And finally, if your bigger focus is selling coaching, another thing that I did later on is that I would sell coaching and I would give the entire course for free as a bonus. I would say that's another really important thing that also helped me make more money. I have actually an entire video on how I use my old digital assets like this course or workshops and whatnot and leverage them to make more money. So again, one of the ways is exactly that. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe. I release 1 to 2 new videos every single week. And if you enjoyed this one, I think you will really love this video over here.